Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for all the candidates who have joined today. I know it's Sunday, but yes, but you have joined, so appreciate that. So yesterday, you guys have got what we are providing, what are we, and what is EPM, and what we are going to discuss, and how the training goes. Okay, what will be provided, what are the promises, okay, what are we promising in this course. I hope you guys have got the entire idea about us and about this course. Okay, today basically starts the day one of the class. So yesterday you got to know what we are providing, what we are not providing. Okay, what are the so how the training goes and everything, the entire structure of the course of this course. Today, you guys can concentrate on my teaching. So how am I teaching? Okay, how the topics will be covered. Okay, and everything, and come from Monday. From the Wednesday, we are going to start the regular classes. Okay, so tomorrow and day after tomorrow, Sandeep is going to call you guys. Okay, so please make sure that you lift his call. Okay, we are not forcing anybody to join or anything. So if you get a call from him, the only request that we want to that we want to keep in front of you is please pick up his call. Okay, if he's messaging you on in the WhatsApp, please let us know your opinion if you are interested to join or not. If you are interested, but you are if you have any constraints, if you have any concern, please provide it to him, so that he can put all your concerns in front of our management, and he can get a common solution for all of us. Okay, so the only request is when you get a message, that when you get a DM or a call from him, please pick up and tell your opinion so that he can plan and maintain records accordingly. Okay, so today is the official day one. So what I'm going to say is whatever the basics that we are going to cover, okay, that will be carry forwarded throughout the entire course. So whatever we are discussing in day one will be referred in day 47 or day 66 as well. So follow the recordings. Okay, be attentive in the live sessions. Okay, so that you can grasp the entire things. Okay, so yeah, thank you once again. Welcome to the class, demo class one. Okay, on Oracle PBCS and EPBCS course organized by Techno IT Solutions and online trainings. Okay, so yesterday we have seen, okay, what is EPM and what is its history. Okay, today's agenda is what we will see about what is the relationship between an ERP and EPM application, and what are the applications that are available in an EPM suite, and what is the integration scope, and what are the financial statements, okay, that any clients expect, okay, from an EPM application. So EPM is not the name that has been taken, that has been patented with Oracle. Okay, there are other EPM applications as well. So in any EPM application, so what are the statements that are generally expected by the client. We will know about them, and at the end we will show you the glimpse of the application. So the home page, how it is going to be, how the navigations are going to be, and everything. Okay, so today's meeting agenda is going to be this. And first, let us see what is the EPM and ERP relationship. So, as everyone knows, okay, so before going to EPM and ERP relationship, what is an ERP? ERP full form is Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, so EPM full form is Enterprise Performance Management, whereas the full form of ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. So, what is the relationship? So, what is an ERP system? Okay, so ERP full form is, as I said, Enterprise Resource Planning, and whereas EPM's full form is Enterprise Performance Management. Okay, so ERP is always a transaction level data. So, what did we generally get the first example when we think about transaction level data. Can someone tell me when you see that uh, line or the word called transaction level data, what is the first thing that you get into the mind?
Like we are using the debit and credit transactions by using the
Okay,
bank
correct.
accounts.
Correct. Bank accounts, bank
Yeah,
statements. Thank you, Rajshekhar.
yeah.
So, transaction level data is in the sense. So, when you take out your bank statement in PhonePe, Google Pay, you might have seen the history tab where you get how much you have spent on this vendor, how much you have spent on that vendor, how much salary did you get. Okay, a bank statement. So, for us, for the salaried people, for slaves like us, okay, we have something called bank statement where we can see all the debits and credits. Even in our bank statements, we will get right what is the debit and what is the credit. So all these transactions, okay, for us, ERP application is nothing but our banking system. So where we can see all the debits and credits and everything, all our FDs, fixed deposits, okay. Fixed deposits are nothing but our cash reserves, okay, where we are storing our cash, okay, and everything. So our ERP application for a salaried employee will be a banking system. So just imagine the amount of transactions that will be happening at the organization level. For us, the salaried employees, we will do thousands of transactions per month, right? The hundreds of transactions, some people, thousands of transactions will be done. So you can only imagine how many transactions will be happening at the organization level, at a startup level, and you can think about the MNCs like Deloitte, EY, Capgemini, TCS, okay, sorry, Tata Group of Industries, those level, you can only imagine how many transactions will be done. So, the common example that we can think about is the Amazon. So, Amazon will, in Amazon, thousands, lakhs of transactions will be happening per day. So where they can store all these transactions. So for that, okay, we Oracle. So there is a application called ERP application. There people can record all the invoices. Okay, for example, whenever we buy an order from Amazon, we'll get an invoice when the order gets delivered. So where they can store all their invoices, okay, how much cost, okay, how many quantities they have supplied, okay, how many vendors they are connected to, okay, all this information, all this day-to-day, okay, transaction level data. Okay, the vendors data, the suppliers data, and everything can be stored in an application called ERP. Okay, and there are many ERP applications like SAP S4 HANA and everything. So, in the similar fashion, Oracle is also providing an ERP application that is called Oracle Fusion. Okay, some people call it as Oracle EBS and some people call it as Oracle Fusion. Okay, so Oracle Fusion is the cloud version where the users, the clients, the organization can store all the transaction level data. So if I am the CEO of an MNC, what I can do is I can log into this application. So on 1st of January 2026, okay, how many invoices were generated, how much has been, so on that day, how much revenue we got, how much expenses we got. So that day-to-day level transactions level data can be maintained in this application called ERP application. And coming to our EPM application, okay, we will always store the closing balance data. So for example, okay, so I got a salary of 50,000. Okay, on 1st of January 2026, my bank balance is 50,000. And by the end of the month, that is on 31st January 2026, okay, I there is only 5,000 in my bank account. So how much did I spend, guys? On the start of the month, it is 50,000. By the end of the month, it is 5,000. So how much
45,000?
did I spend? Yes, it is
40.
45,000. So where did I spend that 45,000? Where did I spend is stored in ERP application, whereas we will store that 5,000, that closing balance. Okay, how much balance did I have? Do I have in my bank account, which is 5,000, will be stored in our EPM application. Okay, so that is why in ERP transaction level data where did I spend my 45,000 will be stored, and and the closing balance, how much do I have in my bank account, is stored in EPM application. Okay, why we are storing like that, you will see in the further classes, but this is one good example where where you can relate to understand the difference between our ERP application and an EPM application. Okay, so where did I spend that 45,000? It will be stored in ERP, and the remaining balance, how much balance do I have by the end of the month, will be stored in our EPM application. So ERP is the transaction level data, whereas EPM is the closing balance level data. We are going to store closing balance level data. And it is day level system, so every day thousands of invoices gets generated for Amazon. Okay, thousands of transactions can be done, so that is why it is a day level system. Whereas our APM application is always a monthly level system. So in the January month, okay, how much of the amount you have spent, how much is the balance in your bank account. Okay, so ours is a monthly level. EPM application is always a monthly level system, whereas the EPM application, ERP application is the day level system. So ERP used every day, whereas APM is used, okay, on monthly basis. Okay, so you will see more about how the month, why this is a monthly system in the further classes, but this is the relationship between APM and ERP applications. Okay, and we will always, okay, load the data from ERP to EPM application. Why? Because, for example, on December 25, okay, till December 25, okay, there can be a trend from January 25 to December 25. There can be a trend. So generally, when we plan for a trip, okay, what do we generally do? So we'll compare. We'll first we will go back to our previous trips and check, right? So we have went for Kedarnath trip or for Leh Ladakh trip, okay, or the Goa trip. So how much cost did we bear? How much expenses did we bear? So well, last time when I went to Goa trip, it was around 35,000 per person. So now I'm planning for a Ladakh trip. So so if it is 35,000 till Goa, so Ladakh can be around 50,000, 20% extra, 30% extra, right? So how you are budgeting for your future trips based on your previous trips, which is nothing but you are planning your future based on the historical data that you have, right? Historical events that you have encountered previously. So in the similar fashion, okay, yesterday we have discussed EPM. Our EPM applications are mainly for planning and budgeting purposes. So, so if this is the trend, so if we follow the same trend, if the expenses are increasing by 10%, okay, 20%, then what is the situation? How much expenses should the organization bear? How much revenue can the organization expect? So, how the future is being calculated, how the future is being predicted based on the historical events and historical data that we have, and where our historical data is available in our ERP system. So, so to get the historical data, we will always refer the ERP application and load it into the EPM. So, how are we going to load and everything? That is a discussion for another day. But in every for every client, we will always load data from ERP application to the EPM application. So, what kind of data? The historical data. Okay, so I told you, right, going by our example, for the Goa trip 35,000 happened. That 35,000 will be in ERP application, and I'm going to get that 35,000 into my application, and I'm going to plan my future trips. So that is why we are going to load data from ERP to EPM, the actual data, the historical data. Whereas after doing budgeting, okay, after I've done 20% of the trips and everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the budgeted data back to the ERP application. Why? Because, okay, so so let us say in the March month I'm going to Ladakh trip. Okay, so if I want to see how much expenses I paid and everything, okay, so in the March month, okay, so for example, consider that we are in the March month today. Okay, this is the March month, and I want to see how much did I spend, how much budget did I get, everything and such. Okay, some people might directly refer EPM application, but there can be some clients, okay, where they want the budgeted data flowing back to the application, the communication, the budgeted data should be loaded into ERP application. So, historical data will be loaded from ERP to EPM, whereas the monthly system, and we will budget the data 10%, 20% we will do, and we will get that and we will load that budgeted data back to ERP application. So, this is how the data gets communicated between ERP and EPM applications. Got it, guys? Everyone, what is the scenario about ERP and EPM? I hope everyone got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Samir.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yep, yep,
Yes.
great. Great. Thank you. So
Uh,
this is how all the classes will be. So it is made interactive, and I constantly need a validation that if you're understanding or not. If you're not understanding, we can always roll back. Okay. So on a high level, this is it. But we are not discussing about ERP application. Don't worry. We are only discussing about the EPM application. Okay. Because when you are attending an interview, uh, we should also know what other applications as well, what other applications do. So that is why this high level overview is important to make conversation with the interviewers as well as with the clients. Okay, so this is the relationship. So the next one, so EPM. So when you have seen our advertisements or in any of the
me,
applications, yes,
Dinesh, here one small question.
yes.
So regarding this one, right, EPM stuff. So
Hmm.
based upon ERP data, we consolidate the data and
Hmm.
month-end activities will perform. You mentioned, right?
Yes.
So how the predictions will happen based upon the EPM setups, what we do. You
Yeah.
guys mentioned
It
some
is
tool.
it is also it is always based on the client requirement, Dinesh. So for example, let us take a scenario. Okay. So I hope you are working. So let us say you are working in an organization, which I think which you already are. So in your organization, okay, what kind of organization you are working in? Okay. So for example, you are working in some construction company. Okay. So for construction company, what are the expenses that they are? So in any budget, okay, if you're doing a budget, will you be more concentrating on revenue or expenses? Which one would you be concentrating more on? Will you be concentrating on expenses or the revenue?
Revenue always, yeah.
It will always be revenue, but at the organization level, they are more concerned about the expenses. Okay, how much
Mm.
they can bear. Okay, in the upcoming year. Okay, so if you are working in a construction company, what are the main expenses for the construction company? Can you take some examples? Projects. Okay, for example, your construction company planning to build some five gated communities in the upcoming year. Okay, so number of projects, the land cost, the bricks cost, the cement cost, and mostly the labor cost,
Labor,
right?
the major one.
Labor will be the major ones. So that is so based on the previous trends. Okay, your company is a well-established construction company like My Home Hub or Aparna or something like that. Okay, they what so based on the historical data, they are seeing that okay there is always a 10% increase. Okay, in by every year coming to the labor cost. So all the labors are increasing their cost by 10%. Okay, so if that same 10% is applied in the upcoming year, how much the expenses will be increased? Will we be able to meet that 10% increase in the labor cost or not? So it depends client to client, organization to organization. So that is why it is very important for us to sit with the client and understand their budgeting process first. Got it, Dinesh?
Okay. Mm.
And how we are going to implement that requirement, that is where our S-based scripting, Groove-based scripting, all the topics come into the picture. Okay, our APM application is always tailor-made. Okay, it is not common to anyone. Okay, because the budgeting differs from vertical to vertical, line of business to line of business, and the client to client as well. Okay, so it is always important that we are always aligning with the client. So that is why none of our EPM professionals are called as developers. They are called as consultants. Why? Because we will not only be involved in development and support, we will also be involved in client roles as well. We will sit in front of the client and ask them every time. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Samir, I have a question here.
Yes.
It is not based on this, like it is on the ERP. So you have said that the ERP solutions are EPS and Fusion of Oracle are both the
Hmm.
similar application. I think they do have a little bit changes in them. Just for the knowledge purpose, asking this.
So in the ERP application is an another ocean, Mohit. So
Yeah.
not only the transaction level data. For example, I hope everyone knows about IKEA here. Okay. So in IKEA, do they are they only concerned about how much they are getting, how much they are spending? No, right? They have inventories all around the world. Okay.
Hmm.
They have to
Yeah.
maintain that inventories. Okay.
Yeah.
And they might be into manufacturing industry, right?
Yeah.
They are into real estate industry as well, right? So they are
Hmm.
concerned about them as well. So in ERP, there are different modules, just like how we have different applications, different modules
Okay.
in our application, like manufacturing module, where
Hmm.
they can get all the information on what they are manufacturing, the products they are manufacturing. They have inventory module where they can get all the what are all the products that are available in their inventory currently. Okay, and they have financials where all the debit and credit information they can get along with the invoices. So it's another wide range. And procurement, for example, just because IKEA is selling something to own laptops, they will have their own admin team, right? Where they
Yeah.
handle all their portals, their servers, and everything. So for that, they need to have laptops, and at the organization level, they won't simply go to Reliance Digital and they buy some 100
Yeah.
laptops, right? They go to Dell and Lenovo companies. They will
Hmm.
put a contract, okay, saying that
Yes.
next year I need some 30 laptops. Okay, for that is called a requisition again. Okay, requisition is
Yes.
nothing but you order something. Okay,
Yes.
so for those ordering something and everything, we'll have all that information in procurement. That is another module. So it is
Hmm.
a deep ocean, but but every module is based on day to day. On 1st
Okay.
January, how many orders did you place? On 30th January, how many orders did you place? So at all the levels, it is transaction level, but we have different modules in that also. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I was asking because I got a requirement in my previous
Mm-hmm.
project that we have to fetch the data from the Fusion and
Yes,
EBCS
yes.
both. So that
Yeah.
is why I was a bit confused when you
Yes,
said that.
yes, yes. We have a document for that also. So
Okay.
if you are interested and if you provide commitment to Sandeep, we will post that when the time comes,
Yeah.
when we are discussing about that. Okay. Yeah. Moving to the next one. Okay. So EPM. So whenever you see EPM in YouTube or in any documentation, they will say many terms like PBCS, EPBCS, TRCS, ARCS, and everything, right? So, even in the group that you are currently in, you might have seen Techno site PBCS and EPBCS Jan 26 batch. So, what is that PBCS and EPBCS? So, whenever people are referring to EPM, okay, they are not referring to one application. They are calling a set of application, a suite application. Okay, so EPM is called a suite. Okay, in that suite means it is a set. Okay, in that set, we have different applications. So one is PBCS or EPBCS, and we are concentrate. This course is mainly concentrating on this application. Okay, so in the EPM suite, we have PBCS and EPBCS, which we will be discussing for the next 2 or 3 months. Okay, and the next one is the FCCS. Okay, financial consolidation and close. So in FCCS, what generally happens? So in PBCS or in EPBCS application, clients are more considered about planning and budgeting. Okay, they concentrate on planning and budgeting. I told you, right? So if my expenses are going to increase by 10%, if I'm increasing my revenue, okay, my rent, okay, or my revenue by 15%, how much I'm going to, what is the scenario? What is my current position in the market? So PBCS or EPBCS is mainly used for planning and budgeting purposes, okay, whereas FCCS is used for consolidation purposes. Now there can be some candidates who don't know anything about what is consolidation. So let me take an example. Okay, for example, I hope everyone knows Tata Group of Industries. Okay, now in Tata Group of Industries, can someone tell me two companies from Tata Group of Industries?
TCS and Tanishq.
TCS, Tanishq, okay. I think Mohit went to buy something for his wife or for his girlfriend to Tanishq, but okay. But take two other examples, guys. Some others because I need to maintain a relation between those two companies.
Tata Motors,
Tata Motors and
Titan,
Titan. Okay.
Star,
Let us
Tata Steel.
Tata Steel. Thank you. Okay. Tata Motors and Tata Steel. So to make a car, what do we need? The basic ingredient. What do we need?
Steel,
Steel,
Steel.
right?
Okay.
So, main reason why big organizations have multiple companies is for this purpose. Okay, so let us take one example. Okay, Tata Motors wants steel to make cars, to manufacture cars. So will they go to some other third party when they have their own company
no.
with them? No, obviously. So they will go to Tata Steel and buy the steel, right? So, for example, Tata Motors want steel, and they went to Tata Steel company, and they told like, hey Tata Steel, I want this much tons of 20 tons, 30 tons of steel. For that, I'm going to pay 2 crores for 2 crores. Okay, you give me 20 tons of steel, I'm going to pay you 2 crores of amount. Okay, so how much is the expense for Tata Motors now?
2 CR,
2 CR. And how much is the revenue for Tata Steel?
not at. I mean, we cannot predict in the beginning itself. It is just only.
Okay, they have agreed. Okay, so let us take simple example, Lakshmi. Okay, so Tata Motors want 20 tons of steel from Tata Steel company. Okay, so they have paid 2 crores of money. They have sent 2 crores of money to Tata Steel bank account. So how much is the expense for Tata Motors, and how much did Tata Steel get coming to this contract only for this? Okay.
Okay. So for this one, the obviously the expense is for Tata Motors. Okay. So because
How
they
much
are
is the
buying
expense?
expense is the initially they are paying only 2 CR based on
Uh,
the entire raw material. They again need to calculate how much is
No,
the
not the entire raw material is also steel. Okay,
okay.
only steel. That
So that means
CR will
this
be
is
the expense.
entire expense is 2 crore only,
2
2 CR
crores
for
for Tata
this deal.
Motors.
Yeah.
Okay, and for Tata Steel, how much did they get for selling their product?
Yeah, same 2
It's the
crores.
same thing, same
Same,
thing. Yeah.
same 2 crores, right? Now for the expense for Tata Motors is 2 crores, whereas the revenue for Tata Steel is 2 crores. Okay, clarity till here. So let me take an Excel sheet, guys. Without Excel, we cannot live. So just a minute. Okay. So Tata Steel, Tata Motors. Okay. So so in the books of Tata Motors, they will open their record book, and they will at the end what in their books they will write something like expense. Okay, for steel. How much, guys? It is 2 crores, right? Everyone. So Tata Motors will note it down like this. And for Tata Steel, what they will do? Revenue from Tata Motors. How much it is, guys? For Tata Steel, how much is the revenue here?
The same amount.
2 CR.
The same amount, 2 crores. Okay. Now, these two come under one company, okay, one holding company, Tata Group of Industries. Under that, we have these two companies, Tata Steel and Tata Motors. Now, in the books of Tata Group and at Tata Group of Industries level, how much is the revenue and how much is the expense? What is the revenue and how much is the revenue and how much is the expense?
At
2 CR,
top
2 CR.
level, I think it is nullifying. I believe. I mean,
Okay.
it is both the ways. One. I mean, 2 CR expense and 2 CR revenue. So it is
Okay.
netting to.
Okay. Others, what are your views?
So what I would say for the Tata Steel, there must be some kind of a profit, uh, when
Let
they
us
are
take only this scenario more. Let's not
okay.
complicate our stuff. Let us go with this
So
scenario only.
So
then same.
currently,
I
one
just
Then
want
company
to
of Tata is taking the amount and putting it in another pocket. So this is what happens.
correct. So, some might think that revenue is 2 crores and expense is 2 crores, but it is not anything like that. Okay, at Tata Group level, revenue is zero, expense is zero. Why? Because Tata Steel belongs to Tata Group. Tata Motors also belongs to Tata Group. So it's like you are moving your money from SBI account to ICICI account. That's it. Okay, so from ICICI account, you are moving you are moving that 2 crores to SBI account because even though SBI account belongs to Tata Steel and ICICI belongs to Tata Motors, these two companies belong to Tata Group. So you are just moving your money from ICICI account to SBI account. So when you are moving money from one bank account to another bank account, will you get any revenue or expense? No, there is no revenue, there is no expense. So this concept is called, of course, the CS knows, okay, this concept is called intercompany knockoff. So all these knockoffs and all these things will be done in this application called FCCS. Okay, so this is one such example. Okay, so PBCS or EPBCS, people are concerned more about their planning and budgeting. Okay, if the expenses are getting increased, if the revenue is getting decreased, what is the organization scenario? So people are concerned about planning and budgeting in PBCS or EPBCS. In FCCS, people are concerned about this consolidations, okay, intercompany knockoffs, these kind of things. So whatever the example that we have discussed is called intercompany knockoffs. So the concept is simple, the terminology is hard, so we need to get used to it. So the names are always hard, but the concept is pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, so those kind of intercompany knockoffs and everything will be done in FCCS. Next application we have is narrative reporting. Okay, so here all the reports can be reviewed, can be downloaded. Okay, so this is for the reporting purposes. Okay, where uh, whenever we are preparing for our intermediate or JE means or advanced exam, what we used to do, we used to write our comments in our notebooks or in the textbooks. Everyone remember? See, in the CNG books and everything, we used to write comments. What did we understand from this statement, from this definition and everything? Okay, so in the similar fashion, user can write comments in their reports saying that this is what it is. This is why the revenue is 1 lakh only. This is why the expenses are increased. So for the reporting purposes, we have narrative reporting, cloud services, which is NRCS. Next one is the ADMCS. ADMCS is nothing but
One quick question here.
yes.
During the planning sessions, right? I mean,
Hmm.
certain planning sessions,
Hmm.
sometimes clients would be asking, like, I mean, the kind of new report generations.
Hmm. Hmm.
Earlier,
Hmm.
we used to do it through Financial Reporting Studio, but it's not
Yes.
is right.
Yes. Yes.
So, are we going to cover any one such topic or the?
Yes. We are going to cover them also. The artifacts, configuration, and everything, Subraj. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. So that's why I tell you, if you know PBCS or EPBCS, you will get an 70% overview on all the applications because the same concept will be followed for all the applications as well. Okay. So coming back Next one is the EDMCS. Okay. In EDMCS, we will maintain the metadata. So I will tell in the next on the Wednesday class, you will know these terms. What is the metadata and everything. So master data. So what is the revenue accounts? What are the expense accounts? Okay. So we will maintain all this master data in EDMCS. Okay. The next one is the PCMCS. PCMCS is nothing but profitability and cost management. So what is this profitability and cost management will do? Is nothing but, okay. So does anyone have a feeling that you have worked so hard for your organization, for your company, yet you got so less amount of hike? Did anyone encounter that scenario in your life? You worked 12 hours per day in your
Yes, yes, yes.
organization, yet you got
Always,
very less hike.
Yeah, it
always,
will.
You
always.
you got it. Why you got it? You
Co-
worked very hard, right?
Common tendency for all.
Common common tendency. It's not a, yeah, it's a common tendency that people do. But let me tell you how our hikes decide to people who don't know. I'll give you the answer. Your HR might not give you proper answer, but I'll give you. Okay. So no matter how much hard you work, okay, it's all about how much your project is generating revenue for. So you might have worked for 12 hours per day, okay, but your project might be giving only 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs amount for your organization. Okay, so that is the main reason. Okay, many of our seniors will tell, don't work so much hard. Why? Because ultimately it doesn't matter. Why? Because it ultimately depends on how much of the profits that your company is getting. Okay, for example, if your company is getting 2 crores of profit, okay, how much in that 2 crores, how much your project has contributed is all that matters. Okay, if your project has not contributed much, okay, then it doesn't matter how much you have worked for. Okay, so in that 2 crores, if your project has contributed only 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs in that year, okay, then it doesn't matter how much hard you have worked for, you won't get good hike because because you're allocated in that project, you have billed for that project, and it doesn't matter. So always, okay, our hikes, our bonuses depend on how much profit is the company has the company got. Okay, if the company so just because they got 2 crores of profit, that doesn't mean that they will distribute the entire 2 crores for to all of us. It doesn't matter. Why? Because if you are the owner of the company, if you got some 2 crores of profit, will you distribute it to all the employees, guys? Will you do that if you are the owner of one company?
No,
Why? Because you have taken the risk. You have worked for 10-15 years to establish your company, get a brand for it and everything, right? So obviously in that 2 crores, 1 crore will be going to the owner's pocket, and the rest 1 crore will be distributed. In that 1 crore, they will check how much your project has contributed. So that is the main reason we might sometimes we will get less hike even though we worked so hard for it. So that is so all this. So how much profit? Okay, how much is the total profit and how much? So in that profit, what is the contribution of each department in the organization? Okay, what is the contribution of each division, each department, and each project? Okay, will be done in PCMCS. The allocation of profits to departments, divisions, and projects in that organization will be done in the allocations of profits or losses. Okay, so if company gets losses, okay, who is going to be the victim of it, guys?
company.
Company itself,
Company only.
In the company, who is going to be the victim?
Tough.
We,
Employees.
employees.
employees directly
Employees always
employees.
the victims, right? So that is called what? Recession. Okay. So even if they were planning for a recession, okay, they need this application called PCMCS where they can allocate the losses. So if your department has more losses, okay, is allocated with more losses, then your department will be the frontline warriors of that recession. Okay. So uh, the allocation of profits and the losses in the organization will be done in this PCMCS. Okay. And the next one is ARCS. ARCS is nothing but account reconciliation. For example, in some XYZ, in third party application, the profits are showing 1 crore. Okay. And for example, in SAP, the profit is showing 1 crore, whereas in Oracle Fusion, the profit is showing for that day on as 1.5 crores. Okay. But which one is correct, which one is wrong? We should know, right? So, uh, what this ARCS application will do is it will compare. Okay, it will reconcile the data. Okay, in SAP it is showing as 1 crore. In Oracle Fusion, okay, it is showing 2 crores. What is the reason of it? Okay, why this 50 lakhs why this 50 lakhs extra is showing in Oracle Fusion? So if the client wants to do some account reconciliations, then we have this application called ARCS, where this tool can connect to SAP and Oracle Fusion and will reconcile the data and it will show it to you. Okay, so for all the account reconciliations can be for the all account reconciliations, we have a separate application called ARCS. Okay, so we have this application, and last one is the TRCS. TRCS meaning tax reporting. So obviously, in any of the country, people have to pay taxes, right? We have to pay taxes. Organization even also has to pay taxes, right? So that is so for tax reporting purposes. Okay, for tax planning and everything, we have a separate application called TRCS, and this differs same, right? So just is the tax structure same for same in every country?
No.
Does UAE follow the
Yeah.
Indian taxation? No.
No, no.
Does so a tax reporting will differ from one country to another country. So this tool is mainly meant for the tax reporting purposes. So we have to sit with the client, get the all the tax related questions, and we can implement all that tax related content in our in this application called TRCS. So if you want to know, so this is the overview of all the applications that we have in this EPM suite. In this course, we are going to deal with the first one, that is nothing but PBCS or EPBCS, which is mainly meant for planning and budgeting. But one thing, if you know PBCS or EPBCS, you can work on FCCS, NRCS, PCMCS, ARCS, and TRCS. All the you can be on the technical side and you can get the functional knowledge in an incremental manner. But 70% of the applications will be covered if you know this PBCS or EPBCS. Okay, if you know PBCS or EPBCS, you can work on technical side for FCCS, NRCS, PCMCS, ARCS, and TRCS also, and you will get 30% knowledge on EDMCS. So that is why PBCS or EPBCS is the center of all the applications here, because that will cover most of the topics of the other applications as well. So this course is all about PBCS or EPBCS. Okay. So, and these are the full forms of it. Okay, PBCS is planning and budgeting. E stands for enterprise. FCCS is called, okay, financial consolidation and cloud services. So, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Otherwise, the recording will be sent and you can note it down in your notes afterwards also. Okay. So these are the full forms of it, and this is the overview of all the applications that we have. Okay. So I'm moving to the next slide. Okay. I hope everyone took the screenshot. If you want to take screenshot afterwards, the recording will be sent in the group and you can follow that. Yes, Amol, you raised.
Yeah, so one quick question from my end. So, does it help me to improve on the development skill also? Because currently there are most of the candidates for the tech, implementation side. So, does it help me to implementation for the new implementation? So,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
what
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, yes. On the development side, we are mainly concentrating on development side, so that after this course, when you get enrolled into some implementation project, you won't be afraid of it. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Are
And
you going to share these slides or no?
share the slides. Yes, sir. If you want, we can share the slides also. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. And in our parallelly by this month or the next month, we are going to start FCCS and ADMCS also. So please have an eye on our WhatsApp group. Okay, we are going to start all this We are planning to start all these things in this year. So we are going big. So obviously, please have an eye on the group. And if you feel if if that course is beneficial to you, you can feel free to contact Sandeep and join. Okay. And going to the next one. So integration scope. Why this EPM? What is the X factor? Obviously, whenever you hire someone, what you will see, you will that see that X factor, right? So what is that X factor in our EPM application is our EPM application can be integrated with an Excel sheet, a CSV file. It can be directly integrated with Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, we are going to explain this and send a document on this, on this too. We can also integrate this with a text file. Okay, and if we have RDBMS, meaning an SQL table. Okay, if we have SQL table also, for example, yesterday someone asked about Power BI, right? So the main source of Power BI is nothing but SQL table, RDBMS, relational database. We can directly integrate it by there is a separate concept called EPM agent. Okay, we are going to address that as well. Okay, so RDBMS, yes, we can integrate it, we can get the information, we can push the information to the RDBMS with the EPM application. We can also integrate our application with SAP application. Okay, so I hope everybody must have heard this SAP application, right? So this is the competitor for Oracle Fusion application, but not for our EPM application. Okay, always remember SAP is not the competitor for EPM. It is the competitor for Oracle ERP application. Okay, so we can directly integrate it, and we can also, okay, since we have the REST API concepts available, okay, we can integrate our EPM application with non-SQL databases. So for the technical candidates who already worked on the database level, you might have known about non-SQL like Firestore database from which is provided by Google, MongoDB. Okay, so if we have the proper REST API available, we can fetch the information by implementing. We can implement the external REST APIs in our Oracle EPM cloud applications also. Okay, we are going to discuss this while starting after while we are discussing about Groovy scripting. Okay, so we are going to discuss how can you implement a REST API in the test the REST API in the Postman and implement the same in our Oracle APM application. So this is going to be so much beneficial to you guys. Okay, so this is the integration scope of it. Okay, so to Excel sheets, Fusion, text file, RDBMS, and SAP application, and including non-SQL, we can integrate this application. Okay, yes, Amol, you raise the hand.
One quick, so how the SAP and then Hyperion is correlated to each other? So can we migrate the SAP into the Hyperion or Hyperion into the SAP?
No, no, no. We can fetch the data, Amol.
Okay.
We can fetch the data. We have some SAP adapters available. With the help of SAP adapters, okay, we can. There are two approaches for SAP. I'm just giving you high level. Okay, we are not migrating SAP to Oracle EPM. Okay, we are just integrating it with that SAP application. Okay, even SAP S4 HANA, if you see, it's a financial application, and even that is a transactional level data. So if the client is not using Oracle Fusion, if they are using SAP, there are two ways. One is we have some adapters. Okay, okay, and by using that, we can integrate it. Otherwise, if they can send us a file, okay, we can integrate it directly with the file based also. Okay, yeah. So
Sami, can we directly integrate with SAP? Like I have done it,
yes, yes.
but we have done
Yes,
it with
we
the EPM
have
agent.
some so EPM agent, yes, that is another one, but we have SAP adapters in OIC, Oracle
Okay.
Integrator Cloud. So by using that SAP adapters, you can directly integrate. Okay, so you can check the documentation, is very interesting, but your
Okay.
client needs to have OIC for it. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So this is the integration scope, and the next one is the financial statements. So this is where the actual class starts from Wednesday onwards. So what are the three financial statements that we have? One is the income statement, second one is balance sheet, and third one is the cash flow. Okay. So what is an income statement? So income statement is nothing but, okay, how much the company has spent and how much the company has earned. If you want to know how much the company has spent, in January month, how much the company has earned in January month. Okay, you can see all that information in this particular statement called income statement. Okay, and this income statement will also show, is the company in profit in the January month or not? In the December month, is the company is in profits or not? In the entire year, is the company in profit or is it in losses? Okay, you can get all this information, okay, in this particular statement called income statement. So income statement on a high level, what you can tell is one line answer is nothing but in the income statement, company can track its revenues and expenses. So if the company wants to track, if anyone wants to see revenues and expenses of a particular company, the first statement that the go to place is nothing but our income statement. Okay, so this is the income statement, and next one is the balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet is nothing but the balance sheet will give you an overview of what the company owns and owes, meaning what are the assets, what is the asset worth. For example, the company owns a land of worth 20 crores. They own cars of worth 15 crores or 20 crores. Okay, so what is their asset value? Asset meaning, okay, the land, the cars, and everything. Okay, the office place and everything. Okay, the buildings, whatever the buildings that the company owns. Okay, those are called assets. Liabilities are something, liabilities are something that the company owes, meaning EMIs. Obviously company will take EMI from the bank, right? So how much do they owe to the banks and everything? Those come under liabilities. Equities meaning, obviously, have you seen companies investing in some other companies, guys? You must have seen Anand Mahindra investing in some startups and everything. Have you seen
Yeah, right.
companies investing in some other companies? So all these investments, stocks, all these come under equities. So if you want to see the company, what is the asset worth of assets, how much is the asset value of the company, how many liabilities, how much is the liability worth, and how many investments, how much investments did the company do and everything. Okay, these come under balance sheet. So income statement deals with revenues and expenses, and balance sheet will deal with assets, liabilities, and equities. Okay, so this is the difference between income statement and balance sheet. Okay, so even in the interviews also, these people will ask, so what is the difference between income statement and balance sheet? In one word, you can say, in income statement, we will have revenues and expenses information, whereas in the balance sheet, we will have assets, liabilities, and equities information. That is nothing but the second point. Okay, so please have an eye on the second point here. Okay, and next one is the cash flow. So what did you guys understand by cash flow? Cash flow, simple term. What did you understand?
Whatever expenses we have done and what is the flow of the cash coming from the kind of a revenue for us.
Correct. So if you are doing revenue, okay, that that party will pay us in some fashion, right? Either directly cash or they will transfer the amount to our bank. So, and if we are bearing any expenses, okay, so we will be paying it to the other parties, right? In the form of, by sending them via bank, or we'll directly give them cash and everything. So all those cash inflows and cash outflows will be shown in this statement called cash flow statement. So all these three are interlinked. So if you are getting revenue, meaning what? There is an inflow of cash. Correct? Everyone agreed? So if you get your salary of 50,000, okay, that 50,000 will be shown in income statement. Why? Because it is revenue for you. But you are getting the cash also, right? You are getting the cash of 50,000, okay, in your bank. So there is a cash inflow of it. So the same 50,000 will be recorded in cash flow statement also. So all these three statements are interlinked, okay, and there is a segregation between this statement also. Okay, so going with the example, okay, for example, okay, let us take one scenario. Since this is the end, I want to end it with a scenario. For example, you got us, you got a salary. Is salary a revenue to you or not, guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
that
is a
is right.
revenue. It is a revenue. So since it is a revenue, which statement it will be recorded? In which statement it should be recorded?
Asset.
In which
Income
statement?
statement.
Income statement, balance sheet, or cash flow?
Income
Income
statement.
Income statement.
It is income statement because we in the income statement we are dealing with revenues and expenses. So this will be recorded in income statement. I'll keep it short form as IS. So you got in the January month you got 50,000 as revenue. So you got 50,000 in your bank also. So is cash inflowing in your bank account?
Yes.
How much is the amount?
50.
50,000.
50,000. Where this will be recorded? How much cash you got?
Cash flow.
In the cash flow. So this will also be recorded in the cash flow. Okay. For example,
Point
okay.
quick. Cash flow is nothing but the bank statement. This is for
Correct. This is nothing but the bank statement. How much cash you are getting, how much cash you are outflowing. Okay. So this is nothing but this. For example, let us take another scenario. Okay. You bought an EMI of 50 lakhs in the January month. Otherwise, 15 lakhs, okay, to buy a car. Okay. So where is this EMI will be recorded? Where this EMI will be recorded? In which statement?
Balance sheet.
Balance sheet. Why? Because all the asset, liabilities, and equities will be recorded in balance sheet. So this will be recorded in balance sheet. Okay. So you took an EMI and you got 15 lakhs in your bank account. So is there a cash inflow, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Cash inflow will be there. In which state? How much, guys? How much cash inflow?
15.
15 lakhs. Where this will be recorded?
Cash flows.
In the cash flow statement. Okay. Let us take another last scenario. Okay, since we have only 2 minutes left. Okay. So in this EMI, okay, you have paid an amount of for example, you have paid an amount of 5 lakhs. So is this 5 lakhs in which statement will this 5 lakhs come under, guys?
Balance sheet.
So,
Investment.
Income statement.
Income statement. Correct. Why? Because it is an expense. So it will come under income. So is there cash inflow or cash outflow in this transaction?
Cash outflow.
Cash outflow because you are paying. Cash is flowing out. Okay, so cash outflow. How much is the cash outflow?
5 lakhs.
5 lakhs.
Where this will be recorded?
Cash flows.
Which
Income.
cash outflow?
Cash out. Yeah.
Which cash flow statement? So this is how all the three statements are interlinked with each other, yet there is a difference. It's like Hindu, Muslim, bhai, but there are cultural differences between them. Okay. So the second point here deals with, gives you the segregation, the differences between three statements, and the example that I have taken will give you how these three statements are interlinked. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today's class. Thank you so much for making these two demo sessions a big hit. If you are interested, please do contact Sandeep. The phone number is provided here. And let me tell you this, okay? The tasks are very important throughout these 2 months. So whatever the project, so don't think that TechnoSite is a small company. We are just two people. There is a team. There is an admin team working with Sandeep, and there are higher management. So we have done many UAE projects. Okay, and whatever the scenarios that we have encountered, okay, in our projects will be given you as tasks. So please make sure you do the task on time, and please do not hesitate to ask doubts just like today. So all the sessions will be made at this level of will be made interactive like this. So please do not hesitate yourself to be on to speak, even though it is a silly doubt or even though it is wrong, because everyone are here to learn, and who knows, I might even learn from you guys as well. Okay, do not hesitate to share your views and everything. Okay, thank you so much for your active participations. All the training sessions will be conducted in the same manner. Okay, it will not be one person, it will not be one-way street. Okay, it will be two-way street. So if you have any doubts, the mic is yours. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice weekend and have a nice Sunday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Samir,
Yes, sir.
hi. I have one question regarding this EPBCS and PBCS. Why do we, call EPBCS or
Hmm.
PBCS?
Okay,
I
or
mean, they
PPC.
both are cloud
No,
only, right?
yeah, both are cloud, but it's like, did you have Netflix subscription, Lakshmi?
Yeah.
You have Netflix subscription, right? So 180, 190, 180, if you pay 179, you will be able to only see in mobiles. But
Okay.
if you pay more amount, like 750 rupees, you will be able to see it in TV, right? So in the similar fashion, in PBCS, okay, we have to develop it right from the scratch. But in the enterprise edition, you will get additional features like, in the enterprise edition, we will get Groovy scripting option, okay, module based applications you can deploy. But in the standard version of in PBCS, you will not get Groovy scripting option. So additional features will not be available in the normal version. But in enterprise edition, E means enterprise edition. In
Okay.
the enterprise edition, you will get additional features like modules, financial modules, workforce, capital, and projects. Along with that, you will also get this Groovy scripting option, okay, along with IPM insights and everything. So cosmetic changes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So it is more or less like PCM and EPCM.
EPCM, correct. PCM and EPCM, correct.
Okay. And the second question, last question.
Yes, yes,
See, for the raw data, we take it from the any ERP, right? For
right.
all the actuals, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So to do the budgeting and
Hmm.
planning, so
Mm-hmm.
based on only actuals, do we
Hmm.
get any other static data or any assumptions in the within the EPBCS application to?
Yes, yes, we will get because it does. So, for example, let us take around 10 lakhs of expenses have been incurred for compensation. Okay, as a
Okay.
historical data. Now, the company wants to see if the labor expenses, if the compensation expenses is increased by 15%. Okay, they have to input that 15% is an assumption, right? Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so EPM applications will also provide an option to input the data also, their assumptions and everything.
That's what my question. Yeah. So
That is
based
there.
on the actual, so now we again have to consider some other parameters like static data or any
Static data
assumptions.
or percentages, assumptions,
Okay.
and we can do it
So this all cooking will be done in the application.
in the application. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
yes.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Okay,
I
seems yes,
one more question
Sahil.
I have.
Yes, yes, yes.
So first of all, like thank you for this demo class. It was really helpful.
Thank you.
I have a query. Like, are we
Hmm.
going to learn like building the business rules also from scratch and everything? Like, will you be
Yes,
covering that also?
yes, yes, yes. Right from fix and end fix. Yes,
Okay.
right from the
Will,
syntax level.
it will be focusing on the implementation project side, right? Means
Yes.
the main motive for which I joined the class. So it was like getting more
Hmm.
implementation experience like that. So
Yes, yes, yes.
covering that.
Why we have kept in our previous we have our previous demos in YouTube. You can check Sahil.
Okay.
There was not this financial statement slide in our previous demo sessions. Why we have introduced this? Because in the implementation you have to talk in a business manner,
Correct.
not on
Correct.
the technical side. So if you are talking with the clients, you have to talk in this financial parameters. So that is why I just want to show you that we are concentrating on implementation. For that, we need to have all this knowledge.
Correct. Correct. Okay.
So all the implementation right from the basic level will be done. So if you know how to handle an implementation project, support will be, cakewalk for us. So entire thing will be on implementation side. The concentration will be on the implementation side and everything. The scripting part, the configurations, everything will all the documents and the sessions will be done in a way that it will be covered right from the basics and you will get to know why, what, and when and how. These 4 questions will be answered.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Samir, I think if we are done with the CPPs, then I think in FCCS also we can take all the business rules, right? I mean, we can
Yes, you
understand the
can.
logic, right?
You
In
can
the
understand the logic. You can understand what the dimensionality. You can understand the cubes and whatnot.
okay.
Can understand.
So it is more or less, I mean, more than FCCS. You mean to say that?
Yes, it is. That is what I kept saying. So
Yes.
in our committed sessions also, I will say that this topic is not only applied in the PBCS or EPA, but also in other ones. I will also tell that. I will
Okay.
also remind everyone that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Okay. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.